guys? It's your girl Ray
and Kat.
Welcome to Modern Outreach.
Welcome back. I'm back. Trying something new here.
Yes, I hope you guys like it. So we bringing you episode number, what is this, 15?
I think so.
Wow.
Ray really held it down these past couple weeks. I loved her episodes. I'm sure y'all did too.
Thanks. Tell friends, please run it up. It's some good stuff. We're talking about LASA, and I'll just jump right into the recap. Yes. Kat, it's been a whole shebang, as you know, and I'm sure you've been reading up on.
Yes.
LASA has been defunded, and so, you know, there's some scandal as well with Dr. Cullum, and I just wanted to bring up what's going on. Of course, they have a new agency going to be replacing LASA, and hopefully things get figured out. But I basically do a breakdown where I'm reading a couple of inserts from articles and just talking about it, just informing Angelinos what's going on with the biggest head, or the head, of homeless services.
Really relevant. I'm glad you brought this up, especially after our episode talking about LASA and all that they do, which clearly has changed dramatically since we dropped that episode. So I'm glad you're able to bring that fresh perspective, and we could really show how current this information is and continues to be, because there's a lot that they still haven't released. I'm sure there's a lot that they don't know about what comes next, but we definitely want to continue tapping into that as they continue to share out more information regarding what's next.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. I mean, $300 million is a good chunk of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, even though it's, not even as much as we had once before, right? It's like 25% of what we had before, but it's still a good, relevant amount of money that should be used to still help people. So
absolutely. I mean, that's what the money was there for.
Exactly. So, our episode today, we dropping a banger like we always do. What are we going to be talking about today?
So, I think we want to use this space to just check in on what the pulse is in LA. How are we feeling? What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Yes, because it's kind of scary, high key, and yeah, like, what's the pulse in LA right now? How are people feeling? We still have so much going on, and I know that Kat is going to jump into it, but it's a scary time, and so it's the most important thing to me is to stay updated on relevant current happenings in LA, because that is the highest form of empowerment, is education. So Kat, what we talking about?
Absolutely agree with that. I also like to stay informed, want to know what's going on. I did want to highlight some more information we found about kind of what's next in terms of the transition out of LASA. I did read that a lot of that funding should be going to Housing for Health, which is another massive entity in LA, which also serves the homeless population. But the framework in which they use is very much tailored around physical and behavioral health as the motivating factor for that support, whereas I think LASO is focused more on like the unhoused aspect of things and wanted to connect to the right resources in terms of physical and behavioral, but having the physical and behavioral be the center of where that support begins with. I think that's really key for the future. And there has been a lot of success with Housing for Health. I'm definitely more familiar with their programs. I believe it started in 2012. The article calls it a prescription for housing.
Well, absolutely on that, but also, how much of the money is going into that program? And that is my concern, because you can't, help the masses without the proper funding. And I recently read an article as well that highlighted that majority of that 300 million that we're banking on to, go into, programs like this are what? Going into actually building the new system / entity that's replacing LASA. And this was like alarming to me, because 300 million, what do you mean to build, quote unquote, build another LASA? And you have to find a location. You have to fill that location with positions. Is all the money just going to go into setting the foundation for a new LASA? Because that's not what that money should be for. And that scares me. You have the mayor with her Safe Place initiative that has billions of dollars in that, but that money's only to sweep up everybody before the Olympics. Again, I'm getting irritated, because again, we're just doing these quick fixes and these band-aid solutions to like real hard problems. And so okay, I read into that. Apparently they're making contracts, the city's making contracts with local hotels and motels and things like that, and just acquiring them to house people while the Olympics comes to town and leaves town. And then there's no other plan after that, which really scares me. And it's a quick fix. It's not like, okay, let's address it properly. It's like, yikes, what are we going to do with all these people? Okay, we just got to hide.
I hate that that's what the motivating factor is that because the Olympics is coming, now we have to address it.
And I'm sick of hiding people. Yeah. Like, hiding is not going to make it any better. And not just that, we're burning money. We're burning it up. And so I don't understand. There's so many like commercial buildings that are vacant. Why couldn't we like acquire those and remodel those to be project-based, or facilities, mental health facilities that have permanent housing and programming inside? Like, I would feel like that, okay, we don't have to worry about the financial that much, because the buildings are already built. We've just purchased them and we've upgraded them. And then now people can live in them permanently, as opposed to putting them in a hotel where that owner is they're not gonna do repairs. They're not gonna do fixes. They're gonna, okay, run my building the F down to the ground. That's fine, because I got this big lump sum from the mayor. And after this program is over, I'm gonna give you a 30-day, and then I'm gonna build the hotel of my dreams. To those homeless people, they're gonna go back on the street, and then we're gonna have a surplus of more people because we got rid of retention services. And so what does that really look like for LA after the Olympics?
Yeah, it's a very scary thought. And I think also factoring in the fact that with all these changes in the government, it's leading to a lot of job loss. And one of the leading like not leading factors, but a huge factor in like if you're getting a lot of people that are losing their jobs, you're not going to have all of those people bouncing back to new jobs. Losing that job will, down the line, a percentage of those people are going to end up unhoused by one reason or another. So factoring that in, it's like maybe we're not seeing that right now, but it's not something that this doesn't always happen overnight. It does take time to happen. So we're not really prepared for the consequences of all of the changes that are happening. Like we've seen time and time again how we're not resilient to these. So the fact that we're having all of this happen while also focusing all this energy on preparing for the Olympics, which sure stimulates the market in some ways, but not in all the ways that would be needed to address the fact that this is a problem we should be preparing for like yesterday.
No kidding. Sorry, half of LA just fucking burned down to the ground. So we have all those misplaced people that are banking on our city's resources that are now being just terminated, completely dissolved. Okay, then we have 75,000 relatively homeless in LA still, and now those services are cut off, the fundings are cut off. It is like, and then we're trying to like host an Olympic game. Where do our priorities lie, people? Truly, like, I would be like, F the Olympics, find another city that has the capacity, because we don't. And how about that city help us out with what the hell we bring to their, because we chose their city. Can they cut some of their dividends out to us so we can help our own city? Like, I really don't understand how Mayor Bass expects to clean up all of this, and for it to, oh, actually I do, because it doesn't matter, because she literally is not going to be in office. That's right, I totally forgot. It's going to be somebody else's problem. My bad, I'm sorry. I just forgot that. Sorry. I was going to make this like epic. You know what, while I'm here, I'm just going to sweep up, and then I'm not going to take the trash out to the dumpster. I'm just going to leave it in this pail in the kitchen for somebody else to clean up. And I won't be here, and I'll be on some island drinking a Mai Tai while literally LA burns down to the ground. And I'm really scared on who comes into office after the fact, and how are they going to take this monster and do something. I just see it in the long run just getting scarier and scarier. Yeah.
I read another article talking about how LA is continuing to expand the bans on sleeping and camping in public areas as a response to, I'm sure, a lot of businesses bringing this to light. But like with these bans, it's not really addressing the root of the problem, and it's also not really directing people to appropriate resources. It's just displacing people from one location to another location, which again doesn't solve the problem. So I think like the fact that this is the route that that the city is taking again, I think is kind of showing like a backwards direction with like where we're going, because we know for a fact that this does not solve the problem. It does not help the problem. It helps the businesses in that local community for probably about a week or two before someone else moves in. And people are going to continue moving in until there is enough housing and services and support for everybody. Yeah.
It's my city. I am from LA. I bleed blue. Like, I love this city so much, and to see the dramatic changes that have happened and where it's going, I really fear for the Angelenos, and in particular those that can't do for themselves. We need someone in office that is a humane innovator. Like, we need someone who is not thinking about quick fixes and how the city can become more profitable, rather than how can the city help its people head stay above water, and for people not to be on the streets at this capacity. The numbers are just growing exponentially, where, I mean, I can't walk down a street or drive down a street now without seeing 3 to 4 homeless people. Like, it's really sad. And people are like, oh, people are lazy, people are this, people are that. No, people need help. People need help. Think about yourself. What would it take for you to be homeless on the street? Just think about that. What would it take? So as you think about that, think about a homeless person on the street. They went through all that and more. And look where they are. Like, I would have to be in the biggest depression, not care about anything, give up on my dreams, give up on myself to be out there. So you have to think of it more humane. You have to think about people as your family. I'm sorry, like, those are your brothers and sisters out there. And it's shit. And how it's working now. They said, like, California is the most depressed state in the U.S. Yeah. So that could possibly be you or your cousin, your mama, your sister here pretty soon. The people are cracking. It's a lot. Don't be an empath during this time. You are going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, mental health is so real, and I wish I was one of these people who could honestly be walking down the street super go lucky and happy and, you know, joyful and living about my day. Like, I wish I could, but no, I'm worrying about those that are in need right now. So I hope some resources are going to help. I know that there's a new 988. It's interesting because it reminds you of 911. So I think that's creative of them to create a 988. But it's a suicide and crisis hotline, and it's 24/7. It's free support, mental health support, substance use support, and more. And you can text it or chat. It's here. I'll put it up. And we want to call 988 before it's too late, because we don't want to call 911, period. For people to get connected to resources, and that's what segues us into Take Action 2025. They have actually partnered with a lot of entities to create this kind of community-driven resource fair. It's Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health. It's hosting events near you. And it says, come and enjoy free food, music, and giveaways, free community resources. There's meditation, yoga, and other wellness activities as well. So there's so many different locations. As long as you go to www.takeactionla.com, you should be able to look up all of the locations. There's something at LA Southwest College, Antelope Valley College, Santa Monica City College, Los Angeles Valley College, Rio Honda College, Los Angeles Harbor College, LACC, Pasadena College, and Gloria Molina Grand Park. So, like Kat said, a lot of resources are hard for people to get to, and I think finally agencies and entities are realizing that, and so a lot of things are more community driven, where they're outreaching and going out to connect to people and resources. So that's really important as well.
No, those are great points to mention, great resources to share. And if you have specific questions, let us know. We're very experienced in this network, so we'll definitely be able to point you in the right direction at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, use us and abuse us. Use us. We are your resource queens, okay?
That's for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I'm scared, but I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic about the city of Los Angeles. But this is what we have to do.
Yes.
We have to build our internal resources and our connections and stay close to one another as humanly possible, because we never know when we're going to need each other. And that is the whole point of life. to love and heal each other. And we only have one life, people. So let's take full advantage of that and take care of the ones that need our help.
Beautifully said. Community is needed now more than ever. So check on your community.
Please check on your community, check on your loved ones. I'm so happy that Kat is back. I truly missed her. Great, just sharing resources. And no matter where we are on planet Earth, we'll be dropping these bangers. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're gonna do the honors. Kat, you're gonna do yours and I'm gonna do mine because this is our new normal. Thanks for tuning in and we're clocking out now. Bye. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Please. And thank you.
Konnichiwa.